How are you doing, Demi?
Good. How are you? It's Demi.
Demi, sorry. Off to a good start. Demi. Um,
I mean, I'll give
okay,
you a little grace because you're English and so you tend to say
yes.
Demi, but it's Demi. Okay.
Demi,
Carry on.
let's
Carry
start
on.
that over.
Okay.
So, Demi,
Yes.
if you could swap roles with any cast member for one episode, who would it be and how much chaos would you cause?
Oh gosh. Who would I be? Oh, that's hard because there, obviously, I would say maybe between Billy Bob and Jacob, who, are because they're both out on the field. They're, actually dealing with the oil rigs. So, how much chaos? I'm not a chaos maker, I'm a problem solver.
You mentioned the oil industry. Was there anything that surprised you about it when filming the show?
I felt like, particularly the first season, one of the most interesting aspects is that it was, in many respects, very educational. I had some awareness of it because I had family members who had worked on oil rigs and knew that it was dangerous, but I don't think that I understood the degree of risk that is really involved and the level of skill that it takes to actually, on a daily basis, the idea that you leave home and you might not return.
After the death of Monty in season one, it seems your character will have a lot more to do. What can we expect in season two?
Well, the interesting thing in season two is obviously Cami is, like set with the task of keeping the company together in a way like she has been around the business, but it's not been her primary focus. So she's a bit of a fish out of water, but it's also um, it's also a little bit that maybe life isn't everything that it seems, and what that might mean to having to keep it all together. Does that say something without saying too much?
Yeah,
Okay.
not delving into spoilers.
Okay.
Was was there any cast member that you were excited to share scenes with in season two?
Oh, I mean, everybody. Obviously the first season, most everything was just with John Hamm, who we do miss this season. So I was excited to share scenes with everybody. In particular with Ali. Obviously, I knew I would have more scenes with Billy, and that has just been a gem because his character. I mean, really, he is the focal point. He's our leader on this show. You know, Behind the scenes and in front of the camera. And for Cami in this season, he's really her life preserver. He is keeping her from drowning.
And there's a lot of more sad, emotional scenes with your character. Are there any scenes that were quite fun to film?
We had one scene where it was a little lighter because for Cami for this season, obviously she's grieving the love of her life, and so it wasn't extremely lighthearted.
Yeah, fair enough. Is there any character details that you added this season that you kept in for your character?
um, I don't know. I think that really this season was, in many respects, really my first season because I was kind of the Where's Waldo of last season. And so this year was really about jumping in and really finding her.
And this is a bit of a weird question, but if your character wrote a self-help book, what would it be called?
I don't know. Somebody just asked me what would her song be, and I said I will survive.
That's a great song. I just interviewed Billy Bob and Ari, and I talked about the character dynamics in the meal scenes. Do you have any extravagant meals that you cook at home?
Um, I'm, as my youngest daughter said to me once, "You're not the cooker. I'm not the cooker." So there's no extravagant meal. I can order. Billy Bob and Ali, you just interviewed.
Yeah.
She's an excellent cook in real life, also.
And
Okay.
final question.
Okay.
What is the weirdest thing that you Googled for character research?
It wasn't weird. The only thing in my research was really about grief, about loss and death. I don't know how entertaining that is, but yeah, there's a very particular, pattern to what occurs when you lose someone that's so devastating, and really just kind of exploring that. I guess you could say is weird.
Amazing. Thank you so
Okay,
much for
you're
your time.
welcome.
It's been an absolute privilege. Thank you so
You're
much.
so welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey, you guys!
Hey, you guys!